Hi friends, I'm Dr. Shweta Goswami, Director Ziva Fertility. We are based out of Noida and Delhi NCR. A commonly asked questions by most of our patients are what are the precautions that we are supposed to take after IUI, after embryo transfer following IVF. So I thought I'll just make a short video on that. Now, when IVF began about 30 to 40 years ago, we were very skeptical that, and so were the doctors and the patients, as to how much precaution one should take. We used to advise complete bed rest for 15 to 18 days till the beta-HCG test is done to confirm pregnancy. Over the last 3 decades, it has been proven clearly, evidence-wise with research, that it makes no difference. In fact, there are some studies that say that doing a lot of bed rest might actually be harmful towards implantation because it impedes or decreases the blood flow to the uterus. So important thing for us to understand is that we need to take it easy. We need to avoid any physical, mental exertion following the procedure. However, there is no strict bed rest that is actually required following the procedure. What we also need to understand at a scientific level is that the uterus is a potential space, and therefore there's actually no space within the cavity, and it's like putting butter on 2 slices of bread. When we put the embryo inside and we just take the catheter out, the potential space closes again. So there's very little chance of it actually, the embryo dislodging if we just stand up or we go to the washroom or we cough. So it's not, it doesn't really change. In fact, when we later on see it on an ultrasound when implantation happens, a lot of times you'd actually see the sac at the exact place where it would correlate with the embryo positioning at the time of implantation. So I'm just trying to allay your anxiety that it does not make a lot of difference as to how much bed rest you do. Yes, we don't start skipping and jumping, but a little bit of physical and mental exertion has to be avoided. But day-to-day activities, cooking, basic jobs of the home are all good to go. Women who are working, again, my usual personal advice is that if you just lie down for 15 days, you'll probably be having too much of negative thoughts. It's actually good to keep yourself distracted, and we call the first 3 days after embryo transfer as the princess time. That's the peri-implantation stage. So just take it easy at that time. Maybe if you're going to work, especially if you're commuting like 10-15 kilometers a day, take 2-3 days off post-embryo transfer, even though that's not really essential, to just let the implantation happen. And after that, it is good to commute. It's okay to drive as long as it's not a very bumpy journey, as long as it's not a very long, tedious journey which could be physically exerting. I think that's one important aspect of taking it easy, so that we're not too baffled by the whole thing and we think that it's just too much to go cater to. The other important questions I get is regarding the diet. So again, similar for diet, we say, okay, let's avoid things that are warm in composition. So things like nuts to be avoided, maybe just take almonds. We should cut down on our caffeine intake for sure. So avoid coffee, maybe just take 1 cup of tea every day. You have to avoid foods like papaya, pineapple, though any other fruit is fine. And any basic homemade food is okay. If you want to order from outside, then you have to consider the COVID situation, plus that it should be well-made food. We don't want you to end up having food poisoning. But other than that, any other food, even eggs, chicken is okay to eat. So that is an important dietary restriction. We should avoid intercourse post the implantation process, again, just to avoid any physical exertion. Just take the medications on time. So I think that's a very, very important advice, that in IVF, separate from any other pregnancy, the important thing is that the pregnancy per se is supported on medications, because we've anyway taken the eggs out, or it's a frozen transfer where it's completely hormonally supported from outside, and therefore sticking to your medications is the most important thing to do. If you've been told to do the beta-HCG on a particular day, then we must make sure that we do not skip any medication till that. You're running out of medicines, please buy them. Once you get the report, get in touch with your fertility specialist and as per their advice only stop or or decrease any medications. So, and hopefully positive, all these medications continue for at least 2 months of pregnancy, which means anytime between 9 to 12 weeks of pregnancy. Till then, these medications are mostly required. So my most important take home for what to do following embryo transfer is to probably think positive, just do it with a positive heart that I've given my best and now I leave it and I'm not going to get too stressed up about it. And second, to take your medications on time. Other than that, just keep it normal, keep going. You can continue to walk. Of course, no physical exercise or very physically tiring exercise should not be done, but basic walks and mild jogging should be okay. So I wish you all the best and hope you return with a good news soon. Thank you.